journey begins with the story of an old hunter. This poor old man, an old hunter, been around for hundreds of years. After being around his comrades that have fallen corrupt, he found no honor in their killings, wanted to leave, find a purpose, something. And then he found Yard, home of other hunters, killing beasts, allies, friends. For this poor old hunter, one of his greatest friends that he'd known for years was murdered, but he avenged her. Her death was not in vain, for he took on the position of a hunter. He had been a hunter for many years. Ellen the Crow, being a hunter of hunters, asked him if he would be interested in taking the position from her. Not telling his actual age and that he was much unfit to do the job, he accepted her request, and he took on the form of the hunter of hunter. Wearing the hunter of hunter garb proudly on his back, the feathers of the fallen hunters before him, he took Ellen's crow feather garb, and with honor and pride, he would hunt those who were corrupt, his fallen brethren, his friends, the other hunters in Yharnam. He would start an age of war between all the hunters and himself. He was okay with that, for though he be old, he knew many tricks, skills that he has acquired. For he would be one of the best hunter of hunters ever to exist. After a few years of being the Crow, hunter of hunters, he learned of a land where there was hunters blood-starved. A land full of beasts. Blood-starved needed to be put down. For his job was to hunt these. These hunters were tough, skilled, but Crow was better, and he would kill each hunter that he faced. The other hunters, though big and small, held no match against him. The rise of the Crow would be grand. There would be blood. There would be skill. And there would be reward. No hunter he faced had a chance. No matter what type of hunter he faced, they all fell eventually. Crow bring death to all. No hunter is safe. Not one. His art of trickery and cheating has been unmatched by those hunters before him. But this hunter of hunters, he has hunted all of the bad hunters that he can find. For he needs a new game, a new prey. But what to hunt if there be no hunters? Crowman did not only hunt hunters, for with him getting the bloodthirst to killing his comrades, he chose other prey to hunt. The innocent, and those who decided to help others. For Crow was on the brink of becoming blood-starved. Crow's killings were not those for sport, but for each killing that he did was for a purpose. Each purpose was for his own. He killed the pregnant in order to become ones with the great ones. He killed the crippled. He even let a little girl die from his own doings. He had murdered a family. The mother already killed. The other being a hunter that had fallen to the plague. Crow could not keep doing this. There had to be a point where he would stop. But he had already passed that limit. For he knew that if nobody else did it, the world would fall into chaos. He had to do evil in order to bring good. Crow had been hunting. He'd become corrupt on the very thin line of humanity and being corrupt. These hunters that he hunted, the innocent that he slaughtered. He grew tired, old. He needed a purpose. He couldn't go on fighting these hunters. He'd already left his mark in this world of Yharnam. It was not a good mark. He left much damage. He did more damage than good. More than he intended to do. But as the hunter of hunters, he knew that he had a job. But that he could not go on doing this for the rest of his life. He knew that someday he would have to retire. Until that day, he would be the glorious hunter. For his talent and skill was great, he grew and grew more into the fact that he couldn't keep doing this. He can't. For he has to do something. He can't keep going on being the hunter of hunters. After thinking hard and long about this topic, Crow came to the conclusion that he would not become the hunter of hunters, for he would stay in the hunter's dream. He would hang up his cloak. His hunting days were over, for he would have a new purpose. He would not he would not stop helping those. All he would do is just stay in the hunter's dream. Help those. Help train the new ones that come. His legacy would die as the hunter of hunters, but a new one would rise as a teacher. So he talked to Gehrman, and Gehrman agreed that Crow could no longer do what he does. He would be a teacher. Teach those his skills that he's acquired, and he would stay here. This was the end of Crowman's journey. For his son, Raven, that he had learned of throughout the years, he had followed him here. Foolish of him, his son. Followed him here into Yharnam, this land of blood. For if Raven ever found Crow, Crow would not back away, run away like how he did many years ago. He would help him, train him. But his son's destiny was up to him. For Crow found his purpose. He would stay here. This was the downfall and the end of Crowman. Although Crow was a good hunter, his story sadly ended. But the rise of Raven, his son, shall take the next place of this adventure.